Hello, and welcome to Bry's Book and Film. The film we're going to be talking about today is simply one of the best films of all time ever, film-wise. And the film I'm going to talk about is Hot Fuzz from 2007, directed by Edgar Wright, with a runtime of 2 hours. So, Hot Fuzz. Now, this cast is a who's who of great British actors from Great Britain. Not great British actors, but great actors that are from Britain, but are just great. When I read out the list of actors, the cast of this is just a who's who. It really is. So we start off with Simon Pegg plays Sergeant Nicholas Angel. Nick Frost plays Police Constable Danny Butterman. Bill Nighy plays the Met Chief Inspector. Martin Freeman plays the Met Police Sergeant. Steve Coogan takes an uncredited role as the Met Police Inspector. It's uncredited. He's not in it for very long, but it's, Then we've got, Timothy Dalton. We've got Kevin Eldon, Olivia Colman. I mean, the quality just keeps going up and up and up. Edward Woodward is in it. David Threlfall from previous videos I've mentioned where, he was in Scum, the Play for Today version, not the film theatrical version. Comedian Bill Bailey is in it. He plays... just to go back, David Threlfall plays... I got so carried away about David Threlfall plays Martin Blower. And Bill Bailey, the comedian Bill Bailey, plays Sergeant Turner. Now, as if that's not enough, we really are spoiled rotten in Hot Fuzz, because not only do we have Martin Freeman, Bill Nighy, Timothy Dalton, Olivia Colman, David Threlfall, we have Jim Broadbent. Now, if you can name me a better British actor than Jim Broadbent, feel free to let me know in the comments below, because I can't think of any. Now, the way I've written the cast list down in my notes here, Jim Broadbent happened to be in the middle, and I left him till last deliberately because Jim Broadbent is that good. He is just head and shoulders above. If you've ever watched Only Fools and Horses, he played evil perfection. Detective Chief Inspector Roy Slater in Only Fools. He's really good in that. He's been in countless films and plays, and just Jim Broadbent, simply one of the best. It is a sparkling all-star cast, a real scintillating list, who's who of people. So, Hot Fuzz. Now, Simon Pegg plays Sergeant Nicholas Angel. He is a super dedicated policeman working for the Met Police. Doesn't say which area of London he's working in, but he is a super dedicated, I would say policeman, but Sergeant Angel would say, no, it's police officer, because Met Police guidelines, it's a running theme throughout the film. So the Met Police decide that Sergeant Angel, whose collar number, or shoulder number, I should say, is 777. That's like a heavenly number. In the introduction of the film, incidentally, you may or may not notice, or may not have noticed, but the song Goody Two Shoes is playing while they're giving a sort of montage of Sergeant Angel and his quest for perfection, to be the perfect police officer. Anyway, so then he's called into a meeting with his sergeant, played by Martin Freeman. He's not got a name. He's just the Met Sergeant, who tells me he's being transferred to Sandford. He says, "Oh, you're being transferred," and he says, "Being transferred?" He says, "Yeah, Where to? He says, to where? He says, Sandford, Gloucestershire. And it's right out in the sticks. It is a proper countryside. If you watch the montage, Sergeant Angel, he's an advanced police driver, an advanced police cyclist. He's done the crowd control course. He is the top policeman, top police officer. So he's been sent off to some rural countryside posting way out in the middle of God's green nowhere, and he's not impressed. So he demands to see the inspector, the uncredited role played by Steve Coogan. Steve Coogan, as an interesting side note, if you've not seen, I know I don't want to spoil this film, but if you've not seen The Reckoning on BBC iPlayer, get yourself over to BBC iPlayer and watch The Reckoning with Steve Coogan. I'm not going to go into the whys and wherefores of it, but it is that good. Steve Coogan is that good. Not quite Jim Broadbent good, but he's right up there. So anyway, so the inspector, nameless inspector, says, "Well, no, you've got to go," and PC Angel is not impressed still. So the inspector says, "What, you want to see the chief inspector? You want to send this all the way?" And he says, "Yes, absolutely, I do." So then Bill Nighy plays the Met Chief Inspector. What an all-star cast. It really is that good. So anyway, Sergeant Angel says, "Well, you can't just make the people disappear." And he says, "Well, I can actually, because I'm the Chief Inspector. So off you go." Also, in amongst all of this, which makes the transition easier somewhat, is the fact that Sergeant Angel has split up from his wife because of his ultra dedication to his police officer role. So we follow PC Angel on his journey down to Sandford, Gloucestershire, and he's on the train. It's like a time lapse, if you like, of his journey, carrying his peace lily. And he gets to Sandford, Gloucestershire, where nothing happens. Nothing ever happens in Sandford, Gloucestershire. It is absolutely crime-free. On his first night there, he goes to his digs because the sergeant's accommodation is not ready yet. And I've noticed as well that there's a lot of sergeants in Sandford, Gloucestershire. You've got Sergeant Turner, played by Bill Bailey. Sergeant Tony Fisher, played by Kevin Eldon. Then you've got Sergeant Angel. So that's 3 sergeants in one station. That's, for a small rural station, that seems like a lot of sergeants. But anyway, so then Sergeant Angel decides he's going to go to the pub, and he finds it overrun with teeny boppers that probably shouldn't be in the pub, but it's all for the greater good. The greater good, you see, is a theme that runs throughout the film. So he chucks out all of the teenagers and then sits there drinking cranberry juice, much to the landlord's chagrin. He's not impressed at all that he's lost all this trade for one man drinking cranberry juice. Anyway, so PC Butterman, Danny Butterman, is in the pub as well. He doesn't know. They don't know each other. They don't know that each other is a policeman. Danny is 3 sheets to the wind. Anyway, so come closing time, Danny decides he's going to try driving his car, even though he is absolutely paralytic and can barely see. So Sergeant Angel, not knowing who he is, decides he's going to arrest PC Butterman for drink driving, because in the UK, as I understand it, even if you don't get into the car, if you attempt to get into the car, you can still be charged with drink driving. The drink driving laws, rightfully, are very strict. So Sergeant Angel takes PC Butterman, not knowing he's a policeman, to the cells, along with a load of the teeny boppers that he's collared and rounded up for public urination, that sort of thing. Anyway, so the next morning, Sergeant Angel reports for duty, and he goes to check on his prisoner, the drunk driver, in cell number 4, to discover that, crikey, cell number 4's empty. So he says, "Can we have cell 4 opened?" And PC Butterman, who was in cell number 4, comes and opens the cell, and it's a bit of a shock for Sergeant Angel. Then we discover that Inspector Frank Butterman is Danny Butterman's dad. So he gets a bit of a free pass, really, because it's the rural, out in the boonies, out in the sticks. Danny Butterman gets a free pass, basically. He has to just buy a big chocolate cake for all the officers at the station. We go on a tour. There's a couple of detectives there called... we've got another detective sergeant, actually, the Andes. Let's go to the Andes. And Inspector Butterman says, "Can you guess why we call them the Andes?" And Nick says, "Well, because they're both called Andrew." He says, "Hey, they said you were good." I mean, yikes. So, nothing ever happens except for a load of unexplained accidents. There's a load of gory, over-the-top accidents throughout, which I won't really go into. It's still definitely a film you could watch with your gran. You could watch this film with your gran in the room. It's not a problem. It is just that good. I've watched it again today, just to make sure, because I wouldn't want to lead you up the garden path. Now, this film is that good. So there's a load of unexplained accidents that Sergeant Angel is determined to get to the bottom of, but everybody keeps telling him, well, accidents happen all the time, and people have accidents and houses blow up and stuff. Florists accidentally fall on their shears all the time, and Sergeant Angel is convinced that he's uncovering something, but he's told, no, it's fine, there's nothing happening, there's nothing sinister here. And eventually, it is all for the greater good. The greater good. That's what you get. It's the greater good. The greater good. There's always that add-on bit, If you've ever watched the character Brick Heck, he'll always say, well, he'd say something like, well, it's for the greater good. The greater good. He does that. And all the other cast members, well, it's for the greater good. The greater good. Talked about that for too long. So, Anyway, so Danny and Nicholas Angel, they're sort of partnered together, and they've got this blossoming relationship. They're becoming friends. Danny wants more police action. He wants car chases, and he wants shootouts, and he wants action, because Nicholas is shot a police firearm, and he's been in a police pursuit, and he's done all these exciting things. Danny feels like he's missing out, and he wants more action, and he watches all these over-the-top American police dramas, like Bad Boys 2 is mentioned, and Point Break is also mentioned, giving an example of the kind of action that PC Butterman is craving. So their friendship grows and blossoms, and slowly but surely, Nicholas is changing and training Danny to become a better police officer. Because Danny says, "What made you want to become a policeman?" And Nicholas says, "Officer." So Danny says, "What made you want to become a policeman, officer?" And there's all these little jokes and these little gags, and the wordplay just runs throughout the film. It is such a clever film. It is just honestly that good. So Nicholas is slowly changing and training the bumbling detective Constable Butterman's approach to policing. I must tell you, it's a slow build, a slow burn film. It's funny throughout, but it is a slow burn. You've got to be prepared for that. I've read reviews where people expected action from the outset, and it's not the case. It's all building up. Everything in this film builds to the greater good. The greater good. Everything. There's no wasted lines. There's no wasted dialogues. Every single thing in this film is there for a reason. It's placed. It's just that good. it'll all, what may seem innocuous at one point, or irrelevant, you will think, oh, right. And you rewind back in your mind because they said that earlier. And then, so it all builds. Now, this film blends a variety of genres. It blends action, comedy, satire, and mystery. It's also a buddy cop comedy with Danny and Nicholas's relationship building. It's a whodunit mystery. A whodunit, because stuff happens throughout the film, and there's always a reason why it's not who you think it is, and it's always, well, I couldn't have done it because I was here, even though you're the most obvious. There's a lot of twists and turns, There's underlying themes of forced perfection, because everything in Sandford, Gloucestershire, is about perfection. It's about crime-free perfection. It is all about winning Village of the Year, and anybody that gets in the way of that, well, it's for the greater good. So, themes of forced perfection and conformity. It also touches upon British class and tradition, and sort of rips on that a little bit. And then it's the bureaucracy of the machine against individuality. So Nick does struggle with life in the country at first. I'm not going to give away the ending. I'm not going to reveal what happens in the ending, but trust me, it's worth the ending. It's just so much. It's, for a comedy film, there's drama and atmosphere, pathos. It's got it all. Heroism, good versus evil, the whole thing. Everything in Hot Fuzz is there for a reason. There's no wasted dialogue. It paces lovely. It paces absolutely beautifully. There's no languishing in the middle like you get with This Is 40. Excuse me. There's no This Is 40. Where are we in the film? You always know where you are because it is paced. It's not too fast that you can't keep up, but it's not too slow that you think, am I watching This Is 40 again? What's happening? So you're always abreast of what's happening. I'm not going to give away the ending, because if you've not seen it, you really, really, really should, because it is just honestly that good a film. And with the names that I've reeled off there, I'll just go through it again. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Bill Nighy, Martin Freeman, Timothy Dalton, Kevin Eldon, Olivia Colman, Edward Woodward, David Threlfall, Bill Bailey, and at the very top of the pile, in my opinion, is Jim Broadbent, who is simply that good. So with a cast like that, who would not want to watch a film? You'd watch it just for the cast, just for Jim Broadbent, you'd watch that. So I'm definitely going to give this film 5 red-hot coffee cups with a pile of custard creams. Films like Hot Fuzz make me think about rejigging the scoring system, because this is top-level, elite storytelling. It is elite. Everything about this film is top draw. Everything. Music, cast, location. As I recall, it's filmed in Wells in England. So wherever Wells is, probably over in Gloucestershire somewhere in the boonies. I didn't actually check that. Excuse me again. This film is definitely worth 2 hours of your life. It is, because it is that good. I can't stress enough. I think I might have to rejig the scoring system, because 5 coffee cups and a stack of custard cream biscuits, it is that good. So yeah, if you've seen it and you enjoyed it, feel free to comment and let me know. If you've seen it and you've got anything to say about it, I can't think anybody's ever seen it and not enjoyed it, because it is honestly that good. It is such a good film. It is just, it made me chuckle. I noticed I was laughing out loud a lot. I was watching it earlier. It is that good. It really, really is. Yeah. And it's a good British comedy with great British actors. So Hot Fuzz from 2007. Give it a watch. It's definitely worth it. You won't be disappointed. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.